Okay, so good evening, everyone. This is the first session for this year 2026, and I'm going to revise whatever we have covered in the last week or since we have started this batch. So, I will just make a list of what all concepts we have covered so far, basically functions and formulas, and we will add it on. Okay, so we started with understanding the Excel screen basics. Okay, what is called what, so that means that various terms. Okay, then we did some shortcut keys also. We did shortcut keys, the shortcuts which were a control and a to z and 1 to 9. Then we also saw the shortcut keys based on alt, combination of alt plus various keys. Then, apart from that, we had seen some concepts like conditional formatting, basically, which is used to highlight cells for the highlighting. Then we did data validation also, wherein we learn how to create list. We also saw how to customize the ribbon and how you can add the quick access toolbar. Okay. Then we started with the functions and formulas. In the function and formulas, basically, I had covered all these things. So we started with sum family. In the sum, we did sum function, then sum if, sum ifs, subtotal, then aggregate. Okay, I'm just jotting it down first, and then we will uh, go through each of them, one of them. Then we did count functions, count family. In the count, we have count A, count blank, count if, count ifs. In the sum, we have something which we will cover today, something which is also there, which is equally important, is sum product that I have not covered earlier. I will cover today. Sum product is also one good function that we can see. We did sum count, okay, and then we did some logical functions like if, ifs, nested if with, and, or not. Then we did the lookup functions. Lookup functions include simple lookup, Vlookup, Hlookup, Xlookup, and index match. Apart from these, we have seen some other functions also. Maybe text, maybe we had seen trim. In left, we had used in some place mid, right. These are very simple functions. These are the text functions. In the text, we have search also. We have find also. Okay. So I think we have done all this. Okay. So is there anything that we have covered but I have not listed down? Arnav, if you can remember, if you have noted down anything, any
So
of
like I was just checking with the schedule. I think that we haven't done the count blank if I am not mistaken.
no, no, count blank we have done. So
Yeah,
there
or
were some cells which are deleted. Then I asked you, how will you count? So count blank we have already done. I will
yeah,
revise, but we have done count blank.
got it, got it. And in the text function, I was just saying it was mentioned the concatenate function. What is that?
Okay. So
Concatenate.
yeah, okay. I'll show you that. What is that?
Perfect. And in the lookup functions also, yeah, and in the lookup functions also, like we started with the vlookup directly. So is there anything called lookup like separately also?
Yeah,
Because I
it
don't
is
think that we
there,
have
but it is
covered that.
hardly used. It is
Only
there,
lookup.
but it is not very popular. It is not used
Okay,
mostly.
perfect.
So I put it, but just to know that it is there, but it is not used. I will cover it, but it is useless basically. It doesn't not very used popularly.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Makes sense, makes sense. And in
but
the
it is
lookup,
there, so I mentioned yes.
okay, got it. So like we left discussion. Yeah, yeah. We left the discussion, I guess, ending with VLOOKUP, and you just taught us the basics of index and match.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we
yeah.
haven't completed HLOOKUP and
I know, I know,
XLOOKUP
I
like
know, I
fully
know,
yet.
I know, I know. So we left here, but today we are not going to discuss that.
Yeah, yeah.
Today we will cover this much only because if I do
Got
this,
it.
it will be too much. So
Got it.
today we'll start
Yeah.
from like all these concepts. Okay. For shortcut keys, I will use and I will tell you. We'll not start with the basic terms, shortcut keys and all that. You can see I've given you the list also now, and I've uploaded on the drive as well, right? So we will start with logical function today, okay? And I will cover these three first. So the sequence will be I'll cover all this, and then I will show you the data validation and the drop down thing also. Okay, so this is what we are going to cover for today. Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
So now coming to this exercise, so what we need to do is we need to use this data set. Okay, we need to use this data set, and based on this data, we have some problems over here, right? And here we have to write the formula, and here we will see the result. So it should not be solution, it should be solution result. So solution formula and solution result. Okay, so this is how we are going to do this. So shall we start, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Now, so what you can do is you can help me with the functional formulas and all these things, okay? And I will just do, okay. We will just carry on like this. So first thing it is asking, check if the sales is more than 100, okay? So we will not put this formula in this table. We will just put the formula over here. We will just do for one. Okay. And that will give you an idea. We are just doing a revision. We are not solving this sheet, but we are understanding how things work. Okay. So
So the
for
voice is cracking, I guess. Last
everyone,
one.
uh, okay.
Now it is
Yeah,
fine.
a bit. Yeah, no, it is on and off actually.
Is it fine now? Because I am at my
Yeah,
home only, and I
now
think
better.
now better. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Now it is great. Yes.
Okay, fine. Chalo. So we will be doing all this, and with the by the end of this exercise, you'll be pro in your
I
logical functions. Okay. I hope you are able to hear me properly.
yeah, मतलब वो बार like it is
Yes.
on and off. So it's fine. Yeah. Right now.
Just a minute now. Let me change my location. Okay. Now is it better?
Yes. Yes.
Perfect. Okay, great. So, yeah. So first, what we have to do is we have to check this steps. First is check if the sales is more than 100. Okay. Now what we'll do is for the ease of using, we also did that name range. I just remember we did how to convert a table, create a table plus name a range. We did that too. Okay. So now what we will do is we will create this, we'll convert this into a table. So what is the shortcut key for that?
Control T.
And another one. There is one more.
Okay.
Hmm.
I guess it starts with Alt, if I'm not wrong.
No, no, it is with control only, but there are two shortcuts.
अच्छा कंट्रोल में दो अच्छा ओके
हाँ, कंट्रोल में दो. एक तो तुमने बता दिया, दूसरा क्या है? और it is the name of a company which deals into infrastructure, construction and all these things.
एल एन टी समथिंग
हाँ. So
अच्छा
control L and control T.
या ओके परफेक्ट या आई रिमेम्बर
Yes. चलो. चलो. So we have created this table and let's call this as a product table. So I'll go to table design and I'll rename this as PT, in short, PT, product table. So, and one more thing I want to ask you, how do I name, what is the shortcut key to name a range? Like each column, I want to give it a name so that when I call profit, product, it refers to this column. When I call sales, it refers to this. When I call region, it refers to this. And discount eligible, it refers to this.
शिफ्ट कमांड F3
Very good. So I'll write it here, Control Shift. For Windows-based people, it is Control Shift F3. For Mac, it is Command Shift F3. So what I'll do is I'll remove this face paints and we will do Control Shift F3 we will do here. So basically what it is doing, we have to remove the left column because we are going to name it only by the top row. We'll remove the tick from the left column and click on OK. So what it has done basically, if you go to formula and name manager, you will see these columns are being named. Discount eligible product, PT is a table, region and sales. Okay. Now that will help me in writing all the formulas. So starting with the first one, check if the sales is 100. So you want to check whether the first sale is more than 100 or not. Okay, you want to apply this formula. Now, what we will do, we will use a simple if here. So we'll say if, and we want to test this column 120. Okay, so I'll put the cell address for now, B3. So if this number is greater than what? 100. So if it is greater than 100, then we should have yes, otherwise no. So I will write yes in inverted comma and no in inverted commas and close this bracket. So since the number here is more than 100, it is showing me yes. If instead of B3, if I do B4, I will get a no. Understood?
so here yes and no can be without the inverted commas also right
No,
I guess
these
like
are text. So if you give like this, it will give you an error. That was true and false.
true and false okay yeah
And you don't have to write even true and false. If you just want to have true and false, even okay. So if you put double comma,
wait, wait.
okay, yeah, you have to write true and false. Earlier they were taking without this also, but now you have to write. So now you can see if I do B3, it will automatically give me true.
Or instead of true and false can we also give 0 and 1
Yeah,
so if we like specify 0 and 1 will the output be true or false or will it be 0
you
and
cannot
1
specify it. It should be 0 and 1 only.
अच्छा got perfect yeah
1 means true and 0 means
yeah
false.
yeah
So like that. So I think first one is clear, true and false. This
yes
if simple if. For
yes
now, I'm putting yes and no. Preeti, clear with you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So this is the first one. You can do it along with me. Now, what I want the solution result over here and I want the formula over here. So here, I just shifted this formula to this cell and I want the formula written to be here. So I will use the function called as formula text and that will give me the formula that I've used in this particular cell. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now let us move ahead. Okay. Second thing is test if the region is east. Okay. So we want to see if the region is east. So again, we will do if region we want to test. So region is C3. C3 is equal to, and I can write east and then yes and no. So in the first case, it is east. It is giving me a yes. Okay. And same way I can put this here and Control D. That will copy paste the formula. Okay. Now, see, if I don't write C3 and instead of writing C3, if I write region, so what it will do is it will select the entire column. Okay, try to understand what I'm doing. If I don't write C3, if I write region, it will select the entire array. Okay, and what we will get as a result is this. So we are going to get the result once in all for all the cells. Can you see the result has come in 5 cells now? Because there are 5 products and 5 regions basically.
Got it.
Okay.
S- Generally, where do we use this? Because against this in the left column, we do not have any data, right? As such.
Exactly. Yeah. So where do we use this? So I'll tell you. Suppose for the timing, if I remove this and we want to put the result over here, we want to test if the region is east or not. Okay. So here, if I put if and region is equal to east, okay, then you say yes, else you say no. Since it is a table, the array function doesn't work in a table. That is why we are getting this error over here. Okay. So let's say if I copy this column.
So within the table, we'll not be able to apply.
No, within the table, you'll not be able to apply the array functions. Okay. Yes, there
Okay.
is a limitation. So if you write here, region is equals to, and then east, and it is not case sensitive, so I can write it in small caps also. See, I am getting the answers for each of them. Okay, so that is a use, that is a benefit. Okay, now where do we use this array
Got it.
function? For example, I want to count how many times east is coming in this. So you can see there are 3 y's, right? I want to count the 3 y's. Okay, and I want to get the number over here. Along with this, I don't want to see whether there is a east or not. I want to see how many times east is coming. So what I can do is in this, I can just put a countif. This becomes my range and my criteria is y. Okay, so the range becomes region. Sorry, I have to change it. Okay, so the range becomes region. So yeah, so I'll apply a countif over here. Okay, and this is my range, and then I have to put y. So it is telling me 3. So in this range, we are getting each 3 times. Now, if you have noticed, okay, if you noticed when I selected this range, it is giving me n3 hash. N3 hash. Yes or no?
Yes.
What does it mean? Why is it so? Because
Is
ideally,
it
generally, we get a
self-freezing?
range. We get a range, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So for example, like if I select this,
We
if
can count if using east also, right? In like count if.
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly, we can do that. Exactly, we can do this. So I'm just uh, uh showing you something, okay, something different.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, suppose whenever we select any range, we get a range like this, right? I selected east till east, so we are getting M3 to M7,
Hmm. Yeah.
correct? So this is how generally it happens, okay?
Right.
Same thing I was doing here in this formula only. Okay, so when I said Countif, okay, and I selected all this, okay, and you are saying this, Preeti, right? So this will also give me 3, right? But I want to use it in this column. This count function I want to use in the next column, yes or no. Okay, for east. I want to see how many times y is coming, right? So if when I type this function countif and I select this range, my question is why I'm getting this n3 hash.
I can try. So maybe it is taking like n3 as the first cell and hashtag as the like it is counting vertically, and wherever the last value is, it is taking up into that range. Just a guess.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes, you're right.
Oh wow.
So basically what happens is when you
Alok, I'm really sorry I missed this point.
I'm covering it. I know.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
I'm covering, don't worry. So what happened is, Preeti, I'll tell you. See this region, okay, when we type is equal to region, you know what has come? The list has come, you know. This you understood? This point.
Yeah, right.
This you are able to understand, right?
Hmm.
So this is
Just
the
equal to
array.
region you type. Huh.
Yeah, is equal to region I type, and we already defined what is region. So it has given me all the list of regions in the region, correct?
Hmm.
So this is basically an array. This is called as an array. Now,
Okay.
if I select this cell,
Hmm.
it is going to give me this result, okay? But if I
Hmm.
select this entire range,
Hmm. Like some.
yeah, like some. If I select only two, okay, if I select only two, it is going to give me two, okay? P2, P3, it will
Huh.
say. But if I select entire range, all these, okay?
Okay.
Now, this is
Hmm.
a result of an array, correct? It
Hmm.
has,
Right.
so it is coming from region, and this list is coming from this cell P2,
Okay.
whatever is there in P2. So that is why it is referring to nothing but the region only. But since we have taken this as from P2, so it is giving P2 hash. Hash means the list wherever whatever
List.
is the region
Okay.
column is like,
Okay.
yeah. So
Got
same
it.
logic applies here. When I applied the function over here, so
Hmm.
if I put this count if again, count if,
Hmm.
and I select this range, okay?
Hmm.
This range is represented by N3 hash because N3 has region, the word region. N3 has region, and the region
Okay.
has this list, so hash for the list. It
So
will
so
only
can
happen
Okay.
whenever you are using a array. Yes,
yeah, I was about to ask that without name range the hash thing won't work, right?
won't work. It won't
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
No, it won't
Got
work.
it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. Chalo. So we have done thing. We have done the thing also. So here we were to check whether this cell B3 is having east as a region. So I'll just change this. Now next, check if sales is more than 100 and region is east. Now tell me which formula to apply over here. And I want Chandan or Preeti to answer. Arnav, you will answer at the end.
Uh, Before that,
The third one.
B no B3 sales. It would be C3 right there.
Where?
Region.
Sorry, yeah,
Are
yeah.
we
Sorry.
checking in the
Yeah,
first
sorry,
column?
sorry, sorry.
No,
C3.
no, no problem. I thought I didn't understand.
No, you're right.
Okay.
Have
Okay.
some confidence. Every time you cannot be wrong. Chalo. So Preeti, tell
Okay.
me, how try
Uh,
this one. Try this one. This
Check if sales is greater than 100 and region. Okay. Here we will have two. So mm, we will be using ifs.
ifs. Very good. So we'll be using
Uh-huh.
ifs. Okay.
Ifs.
Now ifs
Uh,
may they're asking for first logical test. Logical test one. So what do we select in the logical test?
Sales region.
Hmm?
Uh, we will be sales is greater than 100. So if B B3
Hmm.
mm,
B3
greater than 100
greater than
and not
100. Yeah.
100.
Then value of true should be what? We'll say
Uh,
yes. Okay.
okay.
And then what is the next
Mm.
test?
Test is region. So region is
Is
equal to
east.
east.
So we'll select this region and we will say is equal to east.
East.
And then what should be the value? Again, we'll write yes only, right?
Yes.
So here we are getting yes,
Okay.
correct? Now,
Okay.
wait, hold on.
Mm,
Okay, everyone
mm,
understood that, right? Everyone
mm.
understood why we are getting yes? Because
Yes.
both the conditions are fulfilled, correct?
Satisfied, huh? Mm,
Now let me change one of the condition and let me write west.
mm. Uh,
So
second में
you see
change
second
हुआ.
में change हो गया, यहाँ नहीं हुआ.
हाँ, हाँ, right.
क्यों ऐसा?
Mm. Three, six. So either ways because and otherwise use.
Hmm?
If one condition is satisfied, it might be giving a yes answer.
Yes.
Uh,
So this is a
mm,
discovery for the day, New Year
mm,
discovery, that IFS function cannot be used, okay, when you are
okay,
working with two different set
okay.
of conditions. Again, I repeat, IFS
Conditions.
function
हाँ,
cannot be used when you are having two
mm,
different conditions to be applied in two different columns or cells which do not have any link with each other.
okay.
Right? Here we were testing sales and here we were testing region. They do not have any link. Okay. Sales is
Link.
different and
Okay.
region is different.
Mm,
When do we use if IFS? When suppose we want to see if we want to have this condition, if the sales is more than 100, then call it as A. If the sales is more than 200, then call it as
mm.
A plus, something like that.
Okay,
So
okay.
that
Got
means
it.
when we want to apply multiple scenarios in one column only, when you want to
Mm-hmm.
test multiple cases in one column only, then we have to use IFS. We cannot use
Mm,
IFS when we have different scenarios being tested in at once.
okay.
Because if any of the condition is true, it will give you a yes only.
Yes, answer. Okay.
So can we say
Understood?
right now it is acting as a OR function?
Ha, we can say yes.
Got it.
Okay. Chalo.
Okay.
So this is not the right one. Okay. Then what is the right
Okay.
one then? What is the correct answer for this?
We
And you
might
won't,
have to
and
include if and.
the question is that the answer is in the question only.
हाँ वही if and वही
Hmm?
if और and है तो वही होगा लेकिन वो कैसे यूज करना है मुझे पता नहीं.
नहीं नहीं अभी हमें क्या करना है वी हैव टू यूज द फंक्शन which is already mentioned which is already there and and simple and
Hmm.
function we can use over here. Okay, so
Without using if.
or we can, yeah, without using if. Okay, and secondly we can use a nested if here. Okay, so if के अंदर if I'll tell you what how. So पहले
Hmm.
हम ये काम करते हैं, let us check if the sales is more than 100. So again
Hmm.
I'll say B3.
Hmm.
B3 greater than 100. This is my first
Hmm.
condition. If this is true, then I want to
Hmm.
apply one more test. Okay, if this condition is true. So see, this is how logically we do. Okay, so
Hmm.
you want to check if the sales is 100 and region is east. So first you will check sales, right? If the
Right.
first condition is satisfied, right? Then you will go to the
Hmm.
next condition, right?
Hmm.
So
Right.
then you will test the next condition. So you'll write one more if, and you'll say if the region is equals to, so region के
Hmm.
लिए we will use C3 is equal to what? East, correct? Now, if both
Hmm.
the conditions are true, if the sales is more than 100, and if the region is also east, then we want to call it as a yes. Both are satisfied. Else what we want? We want no.
Okay.
So see here we are getting no because I changed the region to west. Now if I type east
West, huh?
again, if I type east again, you will see we are getting all the
Mm-hmm.
TS. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If I make this 90 less than 90, then we are getting a false because the sales is
Okay,
not more than 100. Now,
it
why
is not
not?
giving no.
Yeah, so that was my question actually. Okay, now let me let me have someone who can answer this why we are getting a false and not no. Try to see what is happening in the formula, what is missing that is not giving us that no, and what we should add in the formula that will give us that no. And it is easy, not very difficult. See, Preeti, this is the
Mm,
first if. Okay, so in the first if,
right,
it this is the logical test, right? This is the
right.
logical test. This is the
Mm,
value of true. If the value is
mm,
true, this is the value of true logical test, right?
mm, mm.
So this entire thing is value
Got
of
it.
true. This
Yeah.
entire wait. Hold on. I know you have got it, but hold on. So this is the value
Mm,
of true. The entire thing
mm.
inside the if the first parameter is value logical test, the second parameter is value of true. Where have I put the value of false? Tell me.
Okay.
So if you see this, okay, just forget about this part. Just forget about this part. Let's say only if this if is there.
Mm,
So this if is complete in itself because it has a logical test, it has a value of true
mm,
and value of false, correct?
mm,
Similarly, in this the before if now, the earlier if, it has a logical test. This is the logical test, correct?
mm.
So what I'm saying is if this is true, then go for this test. Okay.
Okay.
But if this is not true, I'm not saying what to do next.
So should we use else or
So in place of else, we'll write no.
okay.
Okay, I'm
Okay,
writing.
we need not write else as such.
Yeah, we don't have to write else as such, but that itself means else. So if the
Oh,
sale is
okay.
not, let's say if the sales is not more than 100, then it will not check,
Mm,
it will not go ahead, it will not check the next,
okay.
it will just give no.
Mm,
It will just give no. Because my first test is not performed.
okay.
So if this logical test fails here, okay, if
Mm,
this logical test fails here, it is saying false, right? It is saying false. If you see this, if you'll see a false over here. Can you see that false? Small false
huh.
popping up. Yes.
Yeah, right.
So if it is false, directly it will go to the what if false. Okay, so it will directly give
Mm,
me no as a result, right?
right.
But if this is true, if I make the sales more than 100, 120, 130 over there, it will
Mm,
then give me this as a result. Then it will
okay.
go and perform the next test. And based on the result of the
Mm,
next test, it will give me either a yes or a no.
okay.
So now we are getting a no because I completed the if function. If I remove this part, okay, which is not required as such. If I remove this
Okay.
part also, okay, then we are getting
Mm,
a false. You are understanding?
yeah, I am.
So in
Because,
the yeah, sorry.
continue, tell me.
I was saying in the previous function, if you remove the first no, and if the second no is only there, no, so in the H4 only I'm talking about.
Sorry?
So in H4 cell only I'm talking about, so H5.
What you are talking about?
So after the completion of the second if, and if
Hmm.
the value of the logical test is false, so after that, if you put no, like after yes, like
I
after
put
that,
no.
after the
Here.
completion of the bracket. Yeah.
Huh.
Perfect. And if the condition is not met, will it show no or like is it
Yes,
wrong?
yes. It will show no only, no?
Yeah, so
If the
like
first condition is not met, it will directly give you no.
got it. And like for example, so like in the like previously like in the function that you have shown, there was two no, right? So what was the
Huh.
purpose for writing two no in the same
Oh,
function?
okay. Now let me show you what was the purpose.
Yeah.
Now, say in the first case, I put 120, which is more than 100. So it will give me yes, right? But in the
Yeah.
second condition, I'm putting north.
Okay.
So what it should give me? It should ideally give
No.
me no, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But it is giving a false. Because
Wait.
I did not specify if the region is not matching, then what you need to give. I have not put no over here, right?
So basically, to summarize, can we say if B3 is greater than 100, it will move and check the second function, and if it is not 100, it will check the
It will not check the
third
second
or
function.
the
It will
second.
guarantee give you no.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And if the condition is met, it will check the second function, and it will like write the true and false accordingly.
Correct.
Like for example, yeah, got it, yeah, perfect.
Okay. See, this is simple, but you need to revise everything. Matlab, you need to try it again, then you
Mm.
will understand. Okay. It is not
Okay.
very complicated. So it will look complicated, but it's not. So this is a homework now. And I'm not going to do everything. We'll just discuss the things you will try on your own. Because if I show you, then my Excel is becoming stronger, not yours.
Okay.
Yeah. I am good at it. Okay. So if sale is less than 100 or region is west, if you want to do that, what you can do is, so if you use this case, it will not work because it is a OR function. You want to test OR. So we cannot have a nested if. Nested if is only with AND. So here directly we will use a OR function and we will say if the sales mean B3 is less than what? 100. This is the first test. And the second test is region is west. So region is C3 is equal to, I'll just west. So if any of the condition is true, it will give me true. Okay. If any of the condition is true. So here in the first case, none of the condition is true because here the sale is more than 100 and the region is not west. Now if I type west, I'll get a true. But it is giving me true and false. By default, OR function gives you true and false only. If you want to convert the true or false into yes or no, then you have to add a if over here. And if you say if this is a logical test, if this is equals to true, then you want to have a yes, else you want to have a no. Then accordingly, you will get the answer. Is it
Got
clear?
it. Yes.
Okay. Highlight product with the sales more than 100 and region is equal to is conditional formatting we have to apply. Now I have shown you conditional formatting. Now for now what I'll do is I'll convert this, I'll remove this as a table. So what I'll do is, or I will remove the colors. Okay, let me remove the colors. Then that will be okay. So I remove the colors, okay, because you want to highlight this. Now it is saying highlight the product where the sales is 100 and the region is east. So you want to highlight the product. That means you want to apply the conditional formatting here. But the conditions are here. Okay. The result should be this column should get highlighted, but the base you have to select from here. Correct? So what we will do is we'll select this column which is to be highlighted and we'll go to conditional formatting. And then what should I do?
New rule.
New rule, always, always. We cannot use this, okay? Because it will not allow me to use two conditions. So I will always go to new rule. Now, again, it is important to understand how we are going to put the rule. So we will go to use a formula to determine which cell to format. We will use a formula. Let us create a formula now. So try to understand the problem. It is saying highlight product with sales more than 100. So first we need to test if the sales is more than 100. Okay. And the only way to test this is use a if, or you can without using a if also, you can say if this range has a value which is more than what? 100. Now to go to each cell in the range, we have to remove the dollars before the number. If you remember, we have to remove the dollars before the number part. So this is one condition only. I want to test one more condition. Okay. Now let me show you what will happen if I do this. What will happen if I do this? And let me put this fill as
So there is a if function here. Like you haven't like specified if function, right?
I haven't specified if function because it is not required.
Okay, okay, got it.
So see, although my condition was sales column, but which column got highlighted? Tell me.
Product
The
A.
product.
Product. Because I selected the column only,
Mm.
right? I selected only the product column. The column which you want to get highlighted, that is the column you have to start your conditional formatting with. Okay.
Okay.
So I selected this
Now,
column.
if the sale is changed, automatically the color will go away, right?
Oh, yes, madam. Now let me show you. Let me make it 100 and see the color has
Okay.
gone. Let me make it
Mm.
130. Here the color has come.
Okay.
Yes, so it is
Got it.
dynamic.
Okay.
It is dynamic. Okay. Now
Okay.
let us try to complete this part. And now I'll go to conditional formatting. I want to do some changes in the rule.
Manage the
I'll go
rule.
to
Okay.
manage rules. Okay, so here in this
Mm.
manage rules, you will get
Mm.
applies to. Okay, applies to this part. Now, if
Mm.
it is showing
Understood.
only
Mm.
A column, if I do A3 to B7 through
Mm.
B7, now you will see both the columns will get highlighted.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So although I did not select the sales column while
Got it.
applying the conditional formatting, but now I went to manage rules.
Mm.
And in the rule, what I did is I managed to change this applies to,
You
and I
enhance the
selected the
range.
B
Okay.
column also.
Mm.
So if I again replace it with A
Mm.
column, you will see the conditional formatting will go on from B and only will be there with A.
So
Understood?
instead of A3 to A7, can we mention is equals to product only? Because we already like specified the range, right? Or we have already named the range.
Works.
Perfect.
Works. Okay. But see, instead I wrote product, but it is back to its thing. So we have a specific way of
Why?
doing it. It's like a tame dog. How much you tell him, sit there, don't bark. The dog will also do whatever he likes to do. Okay. So that is same something with Excel.
Got it.
Because see,
Got it.
they have programmed it like that. For no, you will be happy. अरे मेरा कहाँ मान रहा है, but अगली बार वो नहीं मानेगा. ठीक है?
Got it. Got
Yeah.
it. Got it.
हाँ, correct. चलो, again we will try to go to manage rules. We will change this rule. Okay. Now I want to test one more condition. So
Mm.
if I put a comma, okay, this is one condition, and I want to test one more condition. And what is the other condition? The other condition is region should be east. So I can
Mm.
select this range. Okay. Or I can call it as a region also. So I will
Mm.
say is equal to region. Okay. So is this region, that means everything is equal to what? East.
Yes.
And if I do this, okay. So here it is giving me an error. There is a problem with this formula because no formula in Excel work like this. So this is one condition. Yeah, you put a comma, then you put double equals to, you cannot put in Excel. डबल इक्वल्स टू इज नॉट अलाउड इन एक्सेल. सो इक्वल्स टू लगाने के बाद कुछ लिखा फिर वापस से इक्वल्स टू लगा दिया, ऐसा कभी नहीं हो सकता है. दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल एट ऑल.
Mm.
एंड इफ यू डू नॉट पुट दिस इक्वल्स टू, इट नॉट रिकॉग्नाइज दैट रीजन. तो यहाँ पे भी प्रॉब्लम है. दैट मीन्स मुझे ये दोनों यूज करने के लिए आई हैव टू यूज समथिंग दैट कैन concatenate, that can add these two conditions together, and that function is and. So you have to write and. So this becomes my first condition and this become my second condition, and now if I click on OK, apply, see, जो था वो भी चला गया है ना. why? Because this
Mm.
region is not recognized over here. Until I put that equals to sign, it will not recognize that region. And if I put that equals to sign, it is not letting me test it. So what I need to do is I need to select this range manually. This range manually.
So the named range won't work in conditional formatting new function.
Ha.
Got it.
Now if I do this, so the condition of sales was more than 100 and east. So in none of the case, it is here. It should have highlighted this. right? Sales more than 100 and the region is east, but we are not getting the result. Let me see what is wrong. So if B3 to B7 is greater than 100 and C3 to C7 is equal to east. Okay, so it should give me the result. Okay, sorry, my mistake. So you have to write true also now. Because see, and means what? So and will check if this is the result, but that result should be true now, then only it will match. Now it will get highlighted. If B3 to B7 is greater than 100, correct, and C3 to C7 is equal to east, and this entire thing is equal to true, then we should highlight, correct? Why I'm not getting the answer then? एक मिनट हाँ. Just give
Hmm.
me 1 minute.
So because it is absolute referenced.
No, no, where it is absolute. I will remove the
No.
dollars now before the number.
अच्छा अच्छा.
इसमें से only in conditional formatting we will remove the dollar sign, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So,
एक मिनट हाँ.
yeah.
Yes. So now it is giving me true. Right. Okay. Let me try to put this. Hmm. See, it is working now. Okay. So what I did is let me put 110 over here. See, this also get highlighted. So this is how it works. So I'll explain you what I did. See, this is the condition, okay? Only a bracket was required at the end also, true, after true. So it is saying if
Okay.
B3. And see, one more thing. Uh, in conditional formatting, okay, whenever we are testing on any column, you can give only one first reference, okay? You need to first select that range wherever you want to apply the conditional formatting. Then in the condition, while testing the condition, you can give only one cell. You don't have to select the entire range. You can select the first cell. It will go to each cell in that column until the list is over and test the result. Okay. So only what we need to do is we need to put this true and then this opening and closing bracket. If I remove this bracket, are we getting the result? I should be, I think we should get also. Okay. Now we are getting the result. Otherwise that also. Yes. So sometimes things don't work properly, but yeah. So this I did earlier also. So what you need to do is you can give only first cell reference and then it will test for all the other cells. Okay, so it will work.
So but how can there be two is equals to in the same function? मतलब समझ नहीं आया वो.
क्यों कहानी कहानी टू टू इक्वल्स टू कहाँ
So
पर
can
है?
you like click on edit एक वाला डबल, हाँ like है ना, is equals to
अरे तो
and
ये, अरे भाई तो ये जो एंड है ना, ये एक ही इज इक्वल टू, ये दिस यहां से लेके यहां तक ये पूरा एक पार्ट है। ये पूछ रहा है एंड ये वाला जो रिजल्ट आ रहा है क्या इसकी वैल्यू ट्रू के बराबर है। अगर इसकी वैल्यू ट्रू के बराबर है तो बस वो इक्वल्स टू ना, तो देयर इज ओनली वन इक्वल्स टू। वी आर नॉट
got.
टेस्टिंग एनीथिंग ना, वी आर टेस्टिंग। लेट्स से लिखते लेट एक्स इज इक्वल
तो
टू
पहले
10।
like हाँ हाँ
When you say let's x is equal to 10, so there is one equal to, okay. And if we say let x is equal to 10 is equal
yeah
to in bracket 12 minus 2, that means what? So you're testing whether x is equal to 10 is equal to 10 or not, correct? तो
yeah
ये
yeah.
वाला जो पार्ट है ना, दिस इज ओनली वन इज इक्वल टू दिस when we solve this it will result true. So we are checking if true is equal to true, then you highlight.
So can we say that the first is to start the function, and the
हाँ,
second is to check if the AND function is true or
correct,
not?
correct, correct. Because see, if you do not put this, if you do not put the next if,
हाँ
it
हाँ
will
हाँ
give you a true. But
हाँ.
here we don't see any true, right? So how will it will format? So we'll say if the result is true, then you format. Now, if I say if false, let's say if I say false, then reverse will get highlighted.
हाँ,
See what
अच्छा.
happens now. You
ओ
understood?
अच्छा, एक
Now
सेकंड.
you will be able to understand what I'm saying.
सो
अभी
सो
जो नो था वो हाईलाइट हो गया, जहां पे ये कंडीशन मैच नहीं हो रही थी वो हाईलाइट हो गया, बिकॉज जहां पर भी इसको फॉल्स मिला उसने उसको हाईलाइट कर दिया।
so previously without AND function, when you were just testing individual function, individual criteria ना, तो उस समय तो
हाँ,
आपने इज इक्वल टू ट्रू ऐड नहीं किया, तो वो समझ नहीं आया. उधर क्यों नहीं किया मैंने ऐड?
कहाँ पे?
तो लाइक लाइक इसके पहले जब अपन ओनली चेक कर रहे थे ना, इफ B3 इज ग्रेटर देन 100 एंड C3 इज ग्रेटर देन ईस्ट,
हाँ
इसकी
तो
पहले
एक जब
विदाउट
हम
AND function.
जब हमने इससे पहले वाले में, जब इंडिविजुअली जब हमने करा था, तो
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
इंडिविजुअली में तो वो ट्रू को ही हाईलाइट करेगा ना, वहां पे ट्रू लिखने का जरूरत नहीं है ना। सी, इफ यू वांट टू टेस्ट वन कंडीशन इट वर्क्स लाइक दिस आल्सो ना, ग्रेटर देन, यहाँ पे हम थोड़े लिखते हो तो इसमें इनबिल्ट ही बना रखा है इन्होंने। जब दो आते हैं तब हमें बताना होता है कि ट्रू या फॉल्स क्या आ रहा है।
गॉट इट. तो मतलब वो ऑटो लाइक इफ देयर ओनली, मतलब अगर एक ही क्राइटेरिया है तो ऑटोमेटिकली वो उसको.
ऑटोमेटिकली वो कर उसको ट्रू ही ले लेगा,
अच्छा,
राइट।
गॉट इट गॉट इट गॉट इट.
अंडरस्टूड।
हाँ.
यस यस, अब समझ आया.
uh,
या
Alok ji, I'll have to leave
या
10
नो
10
प्रॉब्लम,
okay.
इवन आई विल वाइंड अप अर्ली ओनली नाउ, ओनली बिकॉज
हाँ,
टुमारो आई हैव टू ट्रैवल अगेन अर्ली
because
मॉर्निंग। ठीक है। सो
okay okay
नाउ
because
आई थिंक
n
एवरीवन
के
हैज
ऊपर थोड़ा
अंडरस्टूड।
बैठना नहीं.
नो प्रॉब्लम, नो प्रॉब्लम। नाउ जस्ट वन थिंग
हाँ
बिफोर वी वाइंड अप।
हाँ.
ये जितना भी बचा है ना, यू हैव टू प्रैक्टिस,
हम्म
and you have Saturday, Sunday, this weekend to complete
हम्म.
this. Okay. So try to cover up all
Okay.
these things so that when we meet next, we can discuss the
हम्म.
problems that you face while trying this.
Okay.
So this is, consider
Okay.
this as a homework. Okay. And
Okay.
yeah, so if you might have some plans for the weekend, but try to cover
हम्म.
up जितना हो सके उतना।
Understand. Okay.
या
ठीक है.
So it is based on the function
ओ.
that we covered ना, उतना ही है ना.
हाँ
Like
हाँ
the home is based on the functions that we have covered, right?
हाँ
And not.
हाँ, राइट राइट राइट। दिस इज ऑल बेस्ड ऑन वॉट एवर वी हैव डन सो फार।
हाँ ओके ओके.
Okay.
नाइस।
And yeah, and when we start on Monday, if possible, let's fix somewhere wherein we can wind up by 9:30 max.
हाँ हाँ, तो मंडे को वी कैन
Like,
स्टार्ट
if we
अराउंड एट
start a
एट
bit
फिफ्टीन
early.
हाँ, वी कैन स्टार्ट अ बिट अर्ली मंडे से, नो प्रॉब्लम।
Yeah, we can start at 8:15, I
यस
guess.
यस यस।
Yeah.
Got
ओके ओके, चलो बाय।
ठीक है.
गुड
Yeah.
नाइट।
Thanक you. Bye. Good night.
yeah yeah.
Good night, Arnav.
Good night. Yeah.